Hi, I'm Spencer Barbosa. I am a self-love content creator and I am the host of Flawed. I see my flaws as a superpower now because I no longer hide behind them, and I think that honesty is beautiful. Whenever I talk about my flaws, I always use air quotations like this because I don't really see it as a flaw. It's just something else about myself that I can learn to love, and it's something that makes me unique and makes me me. This is Flawed. Today we're meeting with Matthew. He's a bookkeeper. He said, "My flaw is my hearing aids. It's an external thing that shows the world that I'm deaf. I have a love-hate relationship with it. I've always struggled with my self-confidence."
I'm from Cambridge, Ontario, and I'm a small business entrepreneur. My flaw, the root of it all is self-confidence. It comes from being deaf and wearing hearing aids. Because this is such an external display of my disability, it has led me to be discriminated against, judged against.
I get it can be kind of hard to accept the things you have to rely on, especially when it's something that people can see, because he was even saying that it's an external thing that shows the world that he's deaf. Like my glasses, it's such a love-hate relationship because I love them because I can see, but at the same time, it's like when I go out, I rarely see girls wearing glasses.
I'm really hoping that this will help me, give me some tools to just kind of be a bit more self-confident, to not overthink things at times, and just to go with the flow of life.
I'm hoping we can really dive in and that he's gonna leave this day feeling better, and he can always look back on this day in any time that he's struggling with his confidence.
So my final thoughts before meeting Spencer and before everything, I'm excited and really am. I'm happy to hang out with her for the day and just really get to know her and just talk about life, and we'll see where things take us.
Like, you don't hear guys talking about struggling with their confidence, so I'm really excited to chat about that. What are 3 words you would use to describe how you feel about your hearing aids?
I would have to say very dependable, expensive, and just kind of cool, and just the way that the technology works. So I think it's just technological.
Were you born deaf?
Yes, I was. So this is back in '86. I actually walked around for about 1.5 years before I was actually diagnosed. I got my hearing aids, and 30 some odd years later, here I am still. So.
What is the best and the worst part about wearing hearing aids?
Oh, that's a good one. I guess the worst part is stigma that people still have against hearing aids. The best part, I think, is the deaf and hard of hearing community is quite a close community. I have a bit of a step in both worlds, just in the sense that I communicate orally, but I do know some sign language, so I can kind of be a part of that community.
What is something ignorant that people say to you?
When people say, never mind, it's not up to them to decide what we need to know or not. Like if somebody said something and I say, excuse me, or what, and then they say, never mind. It's like, well, no, you said something for a reason. Let me decide whether it was important or not.
It must be really frustrating to Matthew when people dismiss him or don't include him in a conversation just because he has hearing aids. What assumptions do people make about you?
With me being deaf is automatically people think that I know sign language. I do know sign language. I know deaf people who don't know sign language. I know deaf and hard people who know sign language. So I think that's just the biggest assumption.
If there was one thing you could change about yourself, would you, and what would you change?
So it's funny because when I was younger, I always had that saying, it's like, oh, if I had one wish, I would be hearing per day. And I find to be resilient in some tough situations and just keep one foot in front of the other and just keep on going.
Amazing. I think we're gonna have an awesome day. So like,
yes.
It's gonna be
I'm excited for it.
Yay. I have something very special planned for Matthew. I'm gonna introduce him to one of my favorite influencers, and we're gonna go do some crafts together. I'm super crafty, so I'm hoping that they're also gonna wanna be crafty with me. I'm gonna do a little surprise, so close your eyes.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Hey! Hi!
Can I give you a hug? Is that okay?
Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
How's it
too.
going?
Good, how are you?
Good!
Spencer West is incredible. He lost both of his legs at the age of 5, and he has truly redefined what is possible.
This is very exciting.
I know, I don't know what to do for a design idea.
You and I were born similar. I'm 81. And so for me, growing up in that time, it was like, you didn't want to be, at least we were told, you didn't want to be disabled. You wanted to prove that you could be just like everyone else and that you could do anything that anybody else could do. And I'm sure as you know, and I know, I'm like, well, that's, now I'm like, well, that's not true. Like, there are barriers, and there's society imposes barriers upon us that make it difficult for us to navigate just the world in general. What's been interesting for me is that journey of understanding how damaging that thinking was.
Exactly.
And now changing to the idea of like, oh, I actually am very proud to be disabled.
There you go.
But that took me a long time to be able even just say that out loud.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, did you feel that way too?
That's when the whole love-hate relationship with comes in. You know, it's like sometimes I'm happy to be part of the deaf and hard of hearing community, and other times I'm like, no, I just want to be hearing, and that's it.
I was struggling with loving myself and feeling confident in my body.
Right.
So I started posting like things that I felt like so vulnerable posting. I'm like, why am I posting this right now? But I did it, and then I realized that when I was posting it, like I was getting so much feedback that everybody felt the same way that I did.
You made people feel seen.
Yeah, and that's literally like the most important thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I learned that you need to say nice things about yourself if you want to feel good about yourself. My whole theory is if you say enough nice things about yourself, you're gonna believe it eventually. You're gonna convince yourself.
Vulnerability can be so powerful, right?
Yeah.
And I think when we are brave enough to be vulnerable or feel safe enough, then I think you unconsciously allow other people to do the same thing, right? I didn't really lean into my disability till like 15 years ago. And like you're literally watching in real time on my social media of me learning what it's like to be like an advocate and to lean into disability justice. I used to just say like, I'm proud of being disabled, even though I didn't really believe it for like the first year, just because I was like, I just need to say the words.
Yeah.
And then I think eventually I will lean in. And now I feel very confident saying like, I'm so proud to be a part of the disability community.
There you go.
We're so innovative, we're so creative, and we're a very powerful group that I think is now seeing our sort of time
I agree.
come to pass. You
And
know?
I feel like as you say things out loud, like your brain literally just believes it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like
It's
you're
manifesting.
literally I talk about manifesting all the time.
love it.
Literally, you're like manifesting good in your life.
Yeah. What sort of prompted you to want to do this? Like this whole experience?
Focusing on the one thing that I don't want to focus on.
I love that. Like we've been saying that when your flaw turns into like your superpower.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that. That's
exactly,
been
yeah.
what we're focusing on. Yeah. I want Matthew to think about his hearing aids in an empowering way. It is an amazing tool that allows him to live his best life, and I hope he never feels ashamed or like he has to hide it.
I think that's sometimes what can be so difficult about having a disability is we live in an ableist world and an ableist society where we're told we're the ones that need to fix it. You know what
Exactly,
I mean?
exactly.
And that can be really hard, and I think it can be easy to dislike our disability because everyone else sort of makes it seem as if we are not welcome.
Exactly.
But what I found is being in community with other disabled people has definitely helped me feel more capable of my power as a disabled person and being able to push back.
Oh, that's awesome, yeah.
And so I think finding that community can also be super helpful in that regard. At least it's been helpful for me.
Okay, so next step, we're gonna do the photo shoot. Are you
Sounds
excited?
good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Nervous, but we'll see. We'll have fun.
I'm gonna keep painting.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to finally meet you in person.
You too.
I'm happy to be kind of the person to bring all of this together in this photo. I'm hoping to do a few takes and a few different setups. So the first one would be a little bit more casual, get you started, feeling comfortable sitting down in front of the camera. Then I'm gonna do close-ups, so nice and intimate.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
When he came in here, he was talking about his hearing aids as an external flaw that people can actually see. And now we're taking photos and we're purposely putting those on display. I know that's very nerve-wracking and vulnerable, so I'm hoping he really loves these photos. Would you like to see?
Yes. Ah!
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Do you like the farther away ones or the closer up ones better?
I like the close-up better.
Smiley, happy.
Very good, very good.
That one's my fave.
Yeah, I really like that one, yeah. Yeah, I really like that one.
So I just finished filming my episode, and that was so much fun to do. Meeting both Spencers today was absolutely awesome. Spencer Barbosa was so sweet to meet. She was just really cool and fun and energetic to interact with and just hang out with for the day. Meeting Spencer West was a huge highlight of the day for me. With his disability, we were just really on that kind of level. It was just so much fun meeting both of them, and I learned a lot from them.
The photo shoot was so much fun, but it's also a little bit scary to see my hearing aid highlighted was amazing. It's very empowering to see that it doesn't define who I am, have me highlighted in a way that is a part of me. I've had a love-hate relationship with my hearing aids my whole life. Today was really fun to kind of be on the love side of things.